Shavua Tov. I see Toronto. I see Harlem. I see Brooklyn. Thank you, Shira. Hello, friends. Wherever you are, I see a lot of faces in different rooms. Nice to be together. This is the new together for now. Blessed be the paths that connect us technologically. Wherever you are, whatever kind of Shabbat you've had, I will bet it was different than other Shabbats. How was this different than all other Shabbats? We'll find out more next Shabbat. But for now, here we are now. Havdalah is this ancient ritual that's about taking a leap from this type of Shabbat, this protection, into the rest of the world. And however way we're going to go into the world, that's what we're going to be doing. And we call this fearless fire because we're going to light this fire, and that's going to remind us of the beacon of light we each are to each other. I hope you have flames handy, folks. Yeah, okay, we'll light them in a moment. I invite us, wherever you are, to really take a breath, and thank you for joining us for this end of Shabbat and into the week. So many ways to take care of ourselves and be present. This continuity of practice is one of them. And I want to invite Rabbi Emily Cohen, my partner here at Lab Shul, in the leadership, to share with us a couple of your highlights from having been here through this a few days.
Couple of highlights. So, hi everybody. Shavua Tov. We're almost in a new week. Fun fact about me, I tend to be very concerned about illness. It's just one of those quirks, not unique certainly, but something that I've had for a long time just in my psyche. And so I wrote a piece for Alma, which is a Jewish publication, about 7 ways to breathe in the face of what's happening right now. This Shabbat, where here we are all over the place, and yet united by screen, unable, many of us, to be united in person. So just a couple of things that I said were to gather virtually, which we're doing now, and to think about what it means to come into space virtually across time zones. I think my parents are on this call. I think I saw my dad's name, out in California. I'm in Brooklyn. I see people, that I know are on other parts of this coast, and yet here we are all together. And the other thing I said that I want to bring is to put your screens down. So not right now, but I think especially in this time where so many of us are having to stay indoors when we don't want to and having to limit social encounters when that's really, really challenging, it can be such a temptation to just be on Netflix, be on social media all the time, text all the time, talk all the time. And there's actually a power in saying, no, I'm going to play guitar. I'm going to write a letter to a friend. I'm going to sit on the floor with my pet or my child or whatever it may be and stay away from the screens. So I want us to hold those two side by side, like the many wicks of a Havdalah candle, to both gather, to be in, and also to be out and to be in a place without screens.
Amen. Thanks. Good advice. Yeah. Mixed blessings. It says in the Talmud, "Chayav Adam levarech al hara'a kashem shemevarech al hatova." One is reminded, commanded to bless that which is difficult as that which is beneficial, because we grow and learn and change in many ways. So Shira, lead us perhaps in another moment of the nigun before we get ready to say hello to this moment. Emily, let's unmute Shira. And
I really encourage you to use the grid view where you see all the dots in a row, because what you can see, which is so special, is all of us weaving together like the Havdalah candle that we're about to light. So let's just keep singing one more moment. You feel free to keep weaving, because the harmony, even though we can't hear each other, is so present. It's amazing. Here we go.
So Havdalah is the end of Saturday and into Saturday night. According to Jewish tradition, fire was created on Saturday night, kind of as an oversight from the rest of the week, like our version of the Prometheus myth. And there's a story that Adam and Eve, on the very first night of the first Saturday night, the first night of their creation, were so afraid of the dark. That was the very first oi in history, literally, in the Talmud. It was the night of the first oi, when they were afraid of the dark. And according to some tradition, some angel came down, and another, they figured out how to knack things together. And but fire is the symbol of when it's really dark, or whatever dark means, there's a spark of something. And that's Havdalah. To end Shabbat, and this whole time has been like a Shabbat, but to help us deal with our fears in some way. Name them, and then light this candle. So I want to do something for just a couple of minutes, but I want to invite you to really name a fear that right now into this night, to this ritual of fearlessness you want to name. You might want to put it in the chat. And I think Emily, in a moment, maybe we can just open it up, and for just, we might not hear everybody, for just a couple of minutes, we can take turns naming a word, something you're afraid of right now. As we breathe together in this complicated moment. Yeah, uncertainty. Amy, Emily, do you want to open it up?
Apologies, guys. So let me see how, I can make it so that you can unmute yourselves, and that way if you have a word to say, you can say it. So you should now all be able to unmute if you have something you'd like to share. And I would just ask everybody to please stay on mute unless you're speaking, because it gets really echoey otherwise.
Aloneness.
Virus.
People are naming beautiful things in the chat, and it might be very gorgeous, Emily, to read those out loud.
Naomi, why don't you do that for us? That sounds great.
So we have uncertainty from Pam, John and Jen, who we might lose to the virus. Mariasha, not getting to see my parents again. Lori, suffocation. The Kesslers, loss of control.
That's on the chat, I guess.
Amber, the unknown. April, not being able to leave our homes. Liz, shortness of breath. Sarah, I just have lots of questions, as my candle shows, since it's the shape of a question mark, which if you see the video screen, you can see her holding that. Jill, meaninglessness. Sandy, our dear elders suffering. Harold, absence of physical community. Brian, inadvertently infecting others. Katie, economic devastation. And Roxanne, fear for the future of my kids and grandkids. Harold, no control of our own health. More from the Kesslers, overwhelming our healthcare system. I'm not sure who this is, XPS 13, isolation, however, hope for the future. Oh, Wendy. And Erica, the dark. And Amichai is muted. So you can unmute yourself.
So let's pause here for the moment. Thank you, Naomi, and all those of us who are putting it out there. This is an unusual moment for us to practice a ritual we've practiced perhaps many times or none at all, where we name our fears and we light this torch as a way to honor our fears and honor our fearlessness in meeting them as best we can. And also seeing who here is here for each other in whatever ways we can. So as we name whatever is with us tonight, and it ends with however we'll begin tomorrow, I want to invite us to really be present, take a breath of being here. Shira, I want to invite us to lead us in the beautiful nigun that we learned from Debbie of the Havdalah nigun, or is it Naomi? Yeah.
We're actually going to do a little bit of a more haunting melody first as we head into the opening around the fragility of the week. Nigun for Hine al Yeshuati. You to sing at home. Nine, 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 nine.
Emily, won't you chant us the Hebrew introduction?
El Yeshuati
Here now, with this sacred song and this flame feeding my spirit, guiding our souls, I let go of fear. Here we draw water from the fountain of hope, and we hope the source of life is our source of trust and freedom, and right now our source of flame. So I invite you, if you've got a candle and you've not lit it, and to also dim the lights. ושבתם מים בששון ממעייני הישועה. לאדוני ישוע עמך ברכתך סלע, אדוני צבאות עמנו, נשגב לנו ליעקב סלע, אדוני צבאות, אשרי אדם בוטח בך, אדוני יושיע מלך יעננו, הרוח תעננו ביום קוראנו. היהודים הייתה אורה, ושמחה וששון ועיקר, כן תהיה לנו. Emily, you want to read us the English of this?
As our ancestors sought connection and protection, joy and celebration, so do we, their descendants, trust in divine mystery, finding the blessing in every precious moment. May the source of hope that has heard pleas of the past be with us now with light, joy, and dignity.
City Winery wine. Hopefully one day we'll be able to support our friends at City Winery again and go visit our original source of celebration. If you got something to drink, everything in moderation, including moderation. Here's the Kiddush cup. And let's lead the first blessing for transformations and our cups full right now and the privilege of being here.
Blessing, a toast in the presence of the infinite, to savor the blessings of transformation from vine to wine. And as Sandy said earlier, this earth ceremony, this earth-based ceremony brings us liquids to remind us of flow and water and all the nourishment of life that comes with flow.
So if you have any spices or any sweet smells, even if it's a little lavender, tea tree oil spray, or anything you have in your house to bring in those delicious scents for those who are quarantined and can't smell the fresh outdoors, we need to bring those scents into our spaces here today. So, a blessing in the presence of the infinite, we breathe in the fragrant spices of life. Ya na 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 na, ya na 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 na, ya na 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 na, ya na na, Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Ruach HaOlam Borei Meorei Ha'esh Borei Meorei Ha'esh.
What do we see when we look at fire? So many faces, all flickering, all turning, all moving in their own directions. Fire can be source of life and fire can be source of death. We are in a moment where we need to find a way to hold on to the fire that gives, to hold on to the fire that warms, and to find ways to share that fire with others across screens, across places. What's the gift of this flame tonight?
Amichai, do you want me to do the last blessing, or do you want to share something first?
As we wrap up Havdalah, it's about distinction. It's about what you do when you close the door between you and someone else, when you say this and that. And we who like the both and, boundaries are hard. And now we're learning something about distinctions and boundaries for protection, not for isolation. And we named our fears. I want us to name our fearlessness. What's a fearless hope you have for this coming week? Something you want to put out there. Let's just share a few. Take them for the week before we wrap up this Havdalah. Invite you to type it. Or let's open it up and just quickly share it. A few of them. Fearless hope for the week. Emily, we can unmute. Or you can unmute yourself.
Yeah, you're all able to unmute yourselves if you have something to share. We have a few from folks. So to stay in connection and compassion, that will actually feel more connected, connection with the source, wonderful time with one's kids who behave okay, generosity, and connection to ancestry are a few.
Connect.
Take all these visions of fearlessness into a week with less division, more connection. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Haolam Hamavdil ben Kodesh lechol ben or lechoshet ben Yom HaShvi'i לששת ימי המעשה. We embrace the balance of distinction between the sacred and the other, between light and dark, between wrestling and belonging, between work and rest, between what was and what's about to happen, as present as we can. We say hello to this moment now. המבדיל בין קודש לחול.
המבדיל בין קודש, קודש, קודש לחול. המבדיל בין קודש, קודש, קודש לחול. שבוע
Friends, Shavua Tov, good week. Thank you, Naomi and Emily and Shira and our entire team for just totally showing up this weekend so we can keep on co-creating these moments. We'll create more this coming week. We're thinking of a 1 p.m., one together, 30-minute Zoom each day to meditate and stretch and do a little mincha. Try it out tomorrow. Check it out. Please share feedback, as we likely will be making more of these happen. So your feedback will be really helpful. A lot of you are partners and friends and know how to reach us on Facebook and in our emails. We'll figure it out together per popular need and how we can show up. One advice, suggestion, request, reach out to at least 3 people tonight with a Shavua Tov, good week, hang in there, anything I can help, message, pass it on. Yeah, anything else? Over the many blessings, may we meet again soon, online and in person. Shavua Tov. Yeah, please play more. Please play more. Hey sisters, can I request one more song, which is like a Misha Berach, like a healing blessing, an El Narifanalah, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
From the scriptures, a little healing blessing for everybody.
Please heal her, heal you, heal me, heal all of us. May there be healing
on all levels and in all aspects to each and every one of us and each and every being on this planet, on this night and every night and in the days and nights ahead. And may we be a big part of that healing. Shavua Tov, friends. Good night. Good week. I don't know, we can just stay up here all night and share stories.
Well, this morning when Shira led us in the amazing Shabbat morning, which was so helpful and healing in this household, we unmuted at the end, and it was a trip, right, Shira?
What was the end?
We just couldn't get off. Nobody wanted to get off the screens, and so we just unmuted, and we all Shabbat Shalom. We just said hello, and we saw all of our faces flash to the front. You know, whoever was speaking, and it was really celebratory. Worthy. It was a worthy moment.
We could unmute now, and everybody could just
Unmute.
I'm unmuted.
Let's do it. What are we saying?
I'm unmuted. Hello.
Hello, good week.
Hi guys.
Have a good week. Hello. Hi, my Galley family.
Jody, you have to unmute.
Erica, did you unmute?
I just got so much wax on my sofa.
Goodbye.
Naomi.
This is better than Saturday Night Live.
All right,
And
John.
if you know how to get wax off of a glass table.
I saw my sofa. It blows my carpet.
Hi, Jody.
Hi, you rock.
We're
I
gonna
love you.
Hi, Sandy.
tomorrow for more stuff. Just say
Hi, Charlie Doodle.